Around 4 days ago, according to this, we hit 3,000 subs on the YouTube. And about when we were at like 2,800 subs, I told you guys that we had 3 short-term goals. At 3K, we were going to do a Q&A, which means you can ask me anything about anything, and I'll answer it. Then at 5K, we're going to do the DBD Hot Takes Part 3. And then at 10K, we're going to do another Q&A, but it's going to be part of a 24-hour stream. So if you want to see me react to your DBD Hot Takes, then get us to 5K. And if you want to see me stream for 24 hours, then get us to 10K
one that's good at doing
on the
everything
YouTube.
And doing
Mr. Mandrake, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So as I normally do with these kinds of things, I sort by newest first, and then I scroll all the way down, and we work our way up. We got 50-something comments, 50-something questions. What does it say? 56. We got 56 questions. Let's get through it. Augustin, buddy, you can just put all your questions in one comment. You didn't have to do this. Okay. Let's get to it. Do you think that people like me who like the 3-gen 1 hour playstyle are being no, fuck off. Sith Strader. Hey Kaiser, I'm a big fan of yours. My question, do you feel like horror as a genre is dying out lately? New horror content is very rare and the quality seems to be going down. At college, it's been hard to find people who like horror like me. Do you feel the same? No. I think that one of the biggest things about horror is that indie horror has always been the best forms of horror for various reasons. I thought about making a video about this, not on this channel, but like on like my TikTok or something. But you got to understand that horror plays into our imaginations very well. And so indie horror has always been the best kind of horror. And if you look for indie horror, you will find a lot of good horror stuff. But one of the reasons you're not finding a lot of horror fans at your college is because you're probably not looking in the right places. I would suggest like making a post on like a poster, or do they still do like the corkboard things at college? Or is it all online now? I would suggest trying to start a horror club. You'll probably find quite a few people. Augustin says, could you do a video talking about when behavior was right about something and the community was in the wrong? I just see videos talking bad about behavior and praising the players, but not the other way around. Behavior is correct like 99% of the time. Like, I know the player base doesn't want to admit it, but like there's been quite a few times where the player base has just like outwardly consistently bitched about something and behavior didn't change it because all it was the community being a bunch of whiny bitches. I just, you know what I mean? I think here's a great example, right? People keep saying they want something like a killer that like climbs on ceilings and shit. You know what I mean? And behavior was like, no, we're not going to do that. And people are like, oh, you're just lazy. You're just lazy. And the devs are like, no. And the reason they're right is because not every map has ceilings. That's just like one small example. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can necessarily do it about a time when they were right, but I'll tell you they're right a lot. Would you like if Jason had the same powers as the Friday the 13th game? I didn't play it, so I couldn't tell you. Do you like the idea that if you what the fuck? Do you like the idea that if you play $1,000, you will get access? No, I don't. That's dumb. Okay. What is your favorite dinosaur? Pterodactyl. Wait, what are the replies? You know what? True. How do you feel about Five Nights at Freddy's series? Are you interested in FNAF coming to DBD? I have literally never touched FNAF one time in my life. One of my VIPs really, really, really wants me to play FNAF. And I told her that if she buys it, I'll play it. She still hasn't bought it, so I'm not playing it. But am I interested in it coming to DVD? Yes, but only because it'll shut a lot of people up. I feel like every single post I make about things that should come to DVD, people are like, FNAF though, FNAF. FNAF would literally be the best thing ever, FNAF. So I would just like it to come to DVD just so everybody shut up. What's your favorite song? Right now, my favorite song would probably be either Jericho by Aniko or Feed the Machine by Poor Man's Poison, which are two completely different songs, but those are the two that I'm kind of like addicted to right now. Hi, Milla baby. Hey, Spidey. How's your day been? Today, it's been great. I've been up for 23 hours and 16 minutes, but we're still going strong. In a race between Flash, Superman, Quicksilver, and Cloaked Wraith, who wins and why is it Wraith? Because Wraith is built like an airplane that's standing straight up and down. That's why it's Wraith. What is your opinion on people who use perks because they know and they say the perks are OP? I don't give a fuck. I could care less. If you know a perk is OP and you're using it, I mean, what's that my business? You're using the perk and you think it's OP, then use it. Fuck it, go for it. It doesn't really bother me that much. I think that at the end of the day, man, if a perk is strong, people are going to use it, and they shouldn't be. You should never shame people for their perks. You should complain about problematic perks. Don't get me wrong. If a perk is problematic, talk about how it's problematic. But I'll never shame somebody for the perks that they're using. I'll never like do any of that. I'll tell you that boil over flip-flop power stroke or boil over flip-flop tenacity is cringe, but I'm not going to call you cringe. It's just the build is cringed. You know what I mean? Favorite sandwich? Like in general? Meatball marinara from Subway on Italian herbs and cheese with pepper jack, pepperoni, and toasted. I don't think this is this a question? Congrats, man. I remember getting you on my FYP, clicking your video. Wait, open mine. Hey, I appreciate that, Mazem. Question, do you think someone like the Singularity was made better than Skull Merchant? I don't think that they're comparable. Okay, so I can kind of see where you're getting the comparison because, like, they're both based on information and surveillance, but I think that they're two vastly different killers. And so I'm just going to go with, like, yes, like, Singularity is more powerful, but I don't fully understand the comparison. You know what I mean? If you don't mind, I actually have a few questions. Apologies for the... You don't have to apologize. Let's check them out. As popular movie games go, would you prefer reboots that are similar to the source or continuations that are relatively similar but different in aspects? Continuations. I think that movies need to be a tad more accessible when they do continuations, but I prefer continuations. Which survivor killer stereotypes have you seen, and what stereotypes do you believe in, like Baby Meg or Tunneling Nemesis? I've seen a lot of stereotypes. So far, the only one, people hated me for this on my P100 video, but so far the only ones that I've really come to like agree with truly, without making silly dumb haha jokes, is I've never met a juicer Meg, and almost every P100 Fung is the most toxic juicer in the world. Like, that's the only ones that I've come to. Do spontaneous ideas sometimes overtake a pre-planned video idea? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. I had this one. This video was originally going to be this video, but then I saw Bran, the Mr. Headache. I saw him talking about, he was like ranting, and he was like ranting, and he was like, Dead by Daylight's supposed to be a party game. And then I was like, is it though? And so I started thinking about it, and that's how this video came about. So this video was actually supposed to be the Pyramid Head video, but it came later because I wanted to do this one instead. And that's just one example. It's happened a lot. Like if I scroll through my video list, I can probably find you like 4 or 5 examples of something like that happening. What would you say is possibly your most memorable interaction with a fan during your streaming career? I don't like calling you guys fans. It makes me seem more important than I actually am. But during my streaming career, I would say the most memorable interaction in general for me was, I tell this story all the time. I love it so much. There was this guy called Mr. Pay to Win, and he was basically like an oiler for the Apex community. And not the Apex community, but he was an oiler for a friend of mine, another streamer friend of mine. And he comes into my chat, he drops 100 gifted subs, says, I hate Apex, bye, and then fucking just dipped and never came back to my stream ever again. That happened 2.5 years ago. I've never seen him again. He literally, bro, comes in, drops 100 gifted subs, says, I hate Apex, I've never seen him again. That shit is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'll never forget it. On God, I'll never forget that shit. If you were to give a percentage, how much do YouTube comments affect your ideas for content? Honestly, I would say probably about 5% of my videos have come from YouTube comments. And it's not that people don't come up with creative ideas. It's just that most of the time the comments, and this is to be expected, by the way, most of the time the comments are centered around the topic I'm talking about. So anything that the comments have to say, I've either already addressed in that video, or I've already addressed in a video connecting to that video, right? So like the iridescent shard problem video that released recently was connected, hey, what's up, Guardian, how you doing? Was connected to the progression system problem video that I did. So like when people were in the iridescent shard video talking about the progression system, I already did that. And then the Does Dead by Daylight Need the Grind was connected to the other two. And my party or competitive video was connected to an older video I did called Does Dead by Daylight Need a Ranked Mode? So like most of the time when the comments come flowing in, I've either already done a video about it, or it's so related to the current video that I don't really pull any inspiration there. But sometimes, very, very rarely, I will pull information from that for sure. I'm good, how are you? I'm doing good, Guardian. Congratulations, you absolutely deserve it. I appreciate that. As for my question, in your opinion, how do you think DBD would have looked if looping was never intended? I mean, it was never intended. I'm assuming you mean if it never existed, and if it never existed, this game would not have made it past the nurse chapter. I truly believe that if this game was all about stealth and hiding and you know, stuff like that, then it would not have lasted very long at all, because that's not a very engaging play style. Looping was never intended. No. The original intention of Dead by Daylight was for the survivors to hide, and things like pallets and quote unquote loops were only there for you to stand a chance if the killer found you. But the original intent of the game was for you to hide from the killer. So I don't think it would have made it very far, because that's not very interactive in my opinion. Do you think you'll ever do a Swift with your channel members or invite people to play Survivor with you on or off stream? Off stream, no. Off stream, no. My friends will play with me off stream. But off stream is for me and my sanity. But in regards to the first part of your question, do I have it in today's title? Probably not. Every single time I stream Survivor, I do open lobbies. So if you guys ever want to play, I do open lobbies every time I stream Survivor. You're just not going to get like Discord comms or anything because I won't be in there. Congrats on 3K. My question is, what is your favorite horror movie and why? I was actually thinking about this the other day. I don't have a favorite horror movie. I have a top 3. My top 3, for various reasons, is the first Halloween movie, the first Scream movie, and the first Jeepers Creepers movie are my top 3. What's your favorite race in Skyrim? The Khajiit. Of the licenses that have been introduced, which one do you think was the truest to the source? Myers. 110% Myers. And what would be your ideal license, or has it already been introduced? My ideal license? Drink your soup and hydrate? Yeah, I got you, Dread. I got to think about my ideal license anyway. Honestly, I don't know if I really have one. I have some that I'd like to see. I'd like to see... Oh, you know what? My ideal license is Willy Wonka. That's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. When I first started playing this game, literally like less than 10 hours into the game, I was going to hook somebody. It was like my third ever match. I was going to hook somebody, and I started, you guys know me by now. When I'm playing, I just say shit. And I started going, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure hookanation. And then I was like, you know what? Willy Wonka would be sick. And then I made a comment about it on Reddit, and like for 2 weeks after I made that comment, there was like 7 Willy Wonka concepts, and everybody who posted it was like, yeah, I just randomly thought about this one day. No, motherfucker, you got that from me. But in reality, unironically, Willy Wonka would be a badass killer. It would be a fucking amazing killer. I love the idea of it. Should Behavior put Asylum Ash's outfit in the store and let it forever be gone exclusive to only a few players that got the Rift Pass complete? I have the outfit and I actually wish it was a store for everybody, Joy. I think that FOMO tactics are really bad the way they're currently done. This is what I believe. I believe that every battle pass in a game should be available to people who start playing it in the future. You should be able to buy past battle passes and complete them. That's my take on that. What's your opinion on DBD guides? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Personally, I think that there's not enough guides for how to play Survivor well compared to hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, moving on. Just the beginning. Yes, sir. Do you think, why do these look exactly the same? What the fuck? Do you think the Predator belongs in DBD? Yeah, I don't see why not. If so, do you have any ideas for what its power could be? I have absolutely no fucking idea. Everything I come up with is just Wraith 2.0, but better. And so, like, I have no fucking idea. But, yeah, of course Predator belongs in DBD. I think every horror villain realistically belongs in DBD. Whether or not they should come to the game is another discussion. But, we all thought Scully was going to be Predator. No, they thought Scully was going to be Terminator. And then after she came out, everybody was like, failed Predator license. And that was just stupid. Everyone... Anyway, moving on. Kaido's a really, really common member of the YouTube. What were your top shows when you were a kid? Oh, shit, dude. That's so hard. Um, dude, that's so fucking hard. Top shows. Teen Titans, Ben 10, and Scooby-Doo. The original Scooby-Doo. Like before I was born. The original Scooby-Doo. That's my top 3. Puppy or Kitty? Hang on. Everybody meet Baxter. I woke him up from his nap. This is my baby boy. So, Baxter was a rescue. I rescued him from the shelter. He basically what happened, or what the story they told me, was that I'm sorry, buddy. You want to go? Yeah, I'll go put you back. Go ahead, buddy. Anyway, so I went to the shelter. I went to the shelter to get a new cat, and I went to the shelter to get a new cat. And we were going to get a kitten, and I decided I didn't want one, so they took me to the full cat enclosure, the adult one, and he jumped right into my arms. And the lady at the shelter said that he never lets anybody touch him. And so I was like, well, guess he's mine now. Also, Gavin, I apologize. I did not mean to skip over your question. It's just that your picture and this guy's picture looked like so similar. So, Gav says, you obviously have a knack for creating compelling stories. I appreciate that. As is apparent from your original chapters, have you ever wanted to make anything else if money wasn't an issue? Yes. I wrote a novel in high school and I've lost it. I wanted to be a writer for game development. I've never had much of an interest in movies. But I do have an anthology series on my main channel that I'm about to make a writing channel for, so that I can like put all my stories on the writing channel, because my main channel's kind of turned into like a social commentary stand-up comedy channel. But yes, I am actually writing an anthology series, and then once I feel like I have enough stories, I will turn them into a book. But for right now, they're just voice productions on YouTube, so. Pineapple on pizza? Yes. I will not eat pizza unless it has pineapple on it. In fact, 3-meat pizza with pineapple, garlic, cheesy crust, top tier. What jobs did you do before Overwatch coaching and DBD YouTube? Oh, holy shit. Edward oh, fuck. I've been working since I was 15, man. That's kind of like asking me what clothes I've worn before this shirt. Okay, let's go down. Let's see if I can go down the list really quickly. I was a busboy at CC's Pizza. I worked at McDonald's. I've worked at Burger King. I was a housekeeper. I was a janitor for many, many years. I was the manager of the janitorial company. I was a bouncer at a strip club. I was a teacher's aide. I was a, where am I? Teacher's aide. I worked as a receptionist in a doctor's office. I have been I was the janitor at the grocery store, so I guess double janitor there. I was the janitor at another college. I was an Uber driver, a Lyft driver. I've done call center work for multiple different things, mostly booking hotels. I have, I've been doing freelance stand-up comedy for a while. I've tried to get into freelance editing, but I never got any clients. I've done a couple of voice acting gigs in the past, but you will never see those because even I can't find them. I was a packager at a pharmaceutical plant And right now I am a server at a barbecue restaurant. I think that's everything. What kind of music do you listen to? I remember you saying you listen to Sleep Token, but which genre do you like the most? So this is every song I listen to on Spotify is right here in my liked songs. And there are currently 3,452 of them. And if I just give this a quick scroll, you'll notice that there's not exactly a pattern. Also, I don't know why this is in here 3 times, but. So, if I were to tell you my favorite genre, that's really hard. Because the genre that I have the most love for in terms of like my life is country music. I grew up on country music. I'll always listen to country music. And despite some of the very, very bad things surrounding country music, it's always been my favorite. But if I were to choose what I like to listen to the most currently, it would be folk music. And then jazz music occasionally pops its head in and like rolls me around. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Extreme? Oh yeah, for sure, man. Sea shanties are really fun. I am a hillbilly player and I found your channel when your How to Fix Hillbilly Cam. Holy shit, Dead Cam. Bro, you've been here for a long time. I don't even think I was past 1,000 subs at that point. I think that a problem of his base kit that you did not address is that he is too slow without engravings to curve anything. What are your thoughts about making one of the engravings base kit? To fully answer this question, I would have to replay Hillbilly, and I would rather hit myself in the nuts with a rubber mallet than do that. So, unfortunately, I cannot answer your question. I think this is just another, your hot takes and real unpopular opinions are why the channel grew that fast. Hey, I appreciate it. Congrats. What is your favorite map and would you ever make a map ranking video? My favorite map right now is probably Toba Landing. Not for any gameplay reasons. I just think it's the prettiest and most interesting map right now. But would you ever make a map ranking video? No. And the reason for that is because I don't think I would be able to do one justice because I don't know that much about map design. I know enough to tell you if a map is shit or good, but I don't know enough to go into detail as to why, if that makes sense, right? Kind of like arriving at the answer to a math problem, but not being able to show your work. And so I don't think I'd be able to do a good job on a ranking video, no. What do you like more in sci-fi? When robots mechs are sleek and smooth, or chunky and more angular, unfriended? Depends on what kind of sci-fi I'm watching. If I'm watching something like WALL-E, I want them to be more friendly. If I'm watching something like, what is that movie called, chat? The Day the Earth Stood Still? No. They can't, it's an Orwellian one. It's like, it's got the aliens, the radio message in it. Whatever. If they're evil robots, give me evil robots. If they're friendly robots, give me friendly robots. I don't really have a preference either way. How do you consistently upload? It's crazy that someone can pump like 10-minute videos while having like 1 or 2 hours of editing. A lot of sleep deprivation, Skulls. A lot of sleep deprivation. And not by choice either. I have insomnia and sleep apnea. Like after stream today, bro, I'm gonna fucking crash. I have now been up for almost 24 hours, and it has not been by choice. I did not like I did not wake up at noon going, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna stay up 24 hours. This gonna be a killer stream tomorrow. No, literally I laid down at 1 a.m. last night to go to sleep, to be ready for stream, and I just could not fall asleep for shit. My phone was off, everything was off. I stared at the ceiling for 9 hours. It is what it is. What's the reply? Also, what killer do you think is the best? It's obviously Legion, right? I should ban you for that. I should ban you. Should ban you. As to what killer I like the best, do you think that, does Cars count as a robot movie? Yes. And I will not elaborate. So, who do I think is the most powerful? Nurse. Who do I think is the best overall? I still maintain that Huntress is the best designed killer. Who is my favorite conceptually? The Dredge. Congrats. My question is, do you think that more killers should have anti-loop chase? No. I want more interesting powers. And I'm not going to give too much away, but I did not downvote that. I'm not going to give too much away, but I am working on a video for the chase anti-loop stuff. I have 2 videos in the works. Show feet? No. But I will tell you guys that I have web toes. That's a fun fact about me. I have web toes. So, do you think Pinhead is a ranged killer? No. Pinhead is a chase killer. Yes, I have web toes. Does Carfax or Artis have the better chest? Carfax, for sure. Let's see. You either got to be dating me or get the channel points. Like a duck? Kind of, yeah. Cool, and reweed this one as well. Really, Kaido? Maybe I'll fucking skip it. How about that shit? Since you know... No, it's fine. What is your dream game? Like, what genre and playstyle? Multiplayer or single player? So, one of my favorite game franchises of all time is the Sly Cooper series. I would like... Chat wants to see the flippers. Sucks to be them. I would like a linear, long, more adult-oriented Sly Cooper game. Dishonored came really close, but it was way too easy to fuck up the stealth. So, yeah. By any chance, you can make video about our DBD concepts? Also, do you think hot dog is a sandwich? Hot dog is a sandwich. As far as this one goes, I was talking about this last stream. It's really difficult to make videos based on your guys' concepts, because if I were to make a community post right now and be like, hey guys, send me your character concepts, I would get so many responses, I would end up with like a fucking 15-hour video. Which sounds great, but by the end of it, I'd be fucking exhausted. So I can't do that. But I do have some ideas about concepts, just not full concepts, right? And you guys will see that when I work out the kinks. The only way I would ever do full chapter or character concepts would be to limit it to Twitch subs and channel members. And I don't like that idea right now because it feels scummy at my size. But that would be the only way for me to do it without it like completely overloading, you know? And even then, I would only be able to select a few. And that's what hurts me the most, is that I don't ever want someone to feel like they're left out. But at the end of the day, if I did that, it would have to be... If you've ever watched Flats, he does like spectating bronze or spectating cheaters. He basically has people submit a bunch of games. his mods vet the games, and then he goes back and he's like, that one. That's what I would have to do. But we'll save that discussion for another day. Opinion on the TCM game? I don't know. People who play it look like they're having fun. That's all that matters to me. I don't really want to play it, but everybody else seems to like it, so. What's the scariest ocean creature, scariest myth about the ocean, in your opinion? Cthulhu, probably. I mean, shit, the dude comes out of the ocean and then we all go fucking, like... Because scariest myth would be Cthulhu. Scariest creature? I think anglerfish is a really good... is a really good answer. Anglerfish are fucking weird, dude. So, I'm pretty sure I've heard you mention you've done stand-up before. Where would someone be at the main channel? The main channel, Rat, I have some, here, I'll show you guys. Right here, this channel right here has all sorts of my stand-up bits that I've made into full videos. And I've even added some, okay. I've even added some, there's, on the channel, there's some, like, raw stuff, like actually me on stage. So that's where you can find most of my stuff nowadays. Do you think Hillbilly needs a buff? Yes. Favorite DBD lore for a killer? I'd have to read the lore, honestly. I've only really scratched the surface of the lore because I don't like text dumps. But once I get all of the tomes finished, I'm going to work on getting to know the lore, and then I'll do a tier list of it. Do you think DBD should add party modes, like 2v8? No. I think that this game is too fucking buggy to start trying to add additional modes into it. I think until they clean up what they have and maybe build a new engine for the game. You know what I mean? Congrats, the progress you've had recently is amazing. My question is, what kind of music do you like? I've already answered this, but once again, the kind of music I like is the kind of music I like. There's no really other way to put it. It's just all this shit. If I could link you guys this playlist, I would. It's just all that. All of it. If you had the chance to add a new game mode to DBD, how would you design it? I would not add a new game mode to DBD. Okay, so I read this. I'm not going to bother reading all this out loud to you guys. If you want to read it on screen while I answer it, you can. But the basis of this question is, as an autistic and ADHD person, I seem well put together, and that gives you hope for your 4-year-old son. I'm not gonna go too into detail, but what I need you guys to understand is that what you see here and on the videos is me masking. If you're not aware of what masking is, it is when neurodivergent people try their best to fit into society. You don't see, and you never will see, the mental breakdowns, the depression, the ADHD, when the ADHD buries itself into me, you guys don't see it. You guys don't see me not eating for days sometimes because I'm so invested in what I'm trying to do. With the autism, you don't see me freaking out because I have to put on a belt. You guys will never see the true horror that it is to deal with my mental illnesses. Now, you talked about wanting hope for one day you won't have to take care of your son. And not that you won't have to take care of your son. You talked about having hope that your son will grow up and be able to take on the world. The best you can do is teach him how to fit into society and then be his safe space away from society. Because I don't have that. I don't have anyone I can be safe with away from society. And a lot of autistic people feign for that. They need that. So that's the best advice I can give you, but I'm also not a psychiatrist. So my suggestion is to find somebody to help you teach him how to deal with society and hope for the best, really. Sorry, that got a little heavy-handed. Anyway, congrats from Italy. Italiano! Sorry, that was really, really bad. I like your videos and the way you talk. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I've watched a lot of your videos the past few hours. Jesus, what a fucking Giga Chad. Let's go. Immediately started binging my videos. And I'm really enjoying the commentary and banner. I want to ask, do you have any inspiration from Zero Punctuation? Yes. Yes. My 3 biggest inspirations for comedy over my life. Now, I've been doing stand-up specifically for 21 years. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old. My 3 biggest inspirations over my lifespan have been Ron White, George Carlin, and Zero Punctuation. But I've also taken inspiration from Chris Rock, Christopher Titus, early Dave Chappelle stand-up, Richard Pryor, very early Eddie Murphy stand-up was some of my favorites. I've taken inspiration from things like Charlie Chaplin and Abbott and Costello. Basically, I have dedicated my entire life to comedy and the art of comedy. I have studied comedy from the ground up. I never pass up a chance to watch something that labels itself as a comedy. I have learned how to break comedy down to a science. If anybody ever goes, Kaiser, what's your ADHD hyperfixation? It's comedy. It's just straight up fucking comedy. I love comedy. It's one of my favorite things of all time. I've been doing it for most of my life. It's great. Ever seen Brian Regan? Fucking love Brian Regan. Bernie Mac's amazing. Hey, kiss some milk and cookies. Yo, what's up, iCaps? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Favorite childhood game? Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon is my absolute favorite video game of all time. It is one of the best, well-written, well-executed video games of all time. And I have been waiting on a fucking remaster for years now. We can fucking remaster Final Fantasy games till the cows come home, but we can't remaster fucking Legend of Dragoon? Eat my ass, Sony. Give me a fucking remaster, not a shitty port. Anyway, adrenaline is a problematic perk. No, it's not. What's your opinion on bot survivors being able to miss skill checks? I find it annoying that the AI in the game can mess up its own skill check. It kind of needs to. If every bot can just succeed every skill check, then it's just like bots just instantly become better players, and that's just not good. There is a problem right now, though. There is a problem with bots not being able to cleanse Dr. Madness and not being able to search pig boxes, and I don't know what's up with that. It's a really weird bug. Hopefully they address it and fix it soon. But that's all for today. Thank you everybody once again for the 3K subs. I really, really, really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much once again for it. And I mean, yeah, I say thank you for 3K, but I mean, we're already at fucking over 3,100, about to hit 3,200. And so it's just like the growth has been insane. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely insane. But if you're watching this on the YouTube, please make sure if you're over 18 that you guys come by stream, join Discord. I love chatting with you guys. Everybody who's in the Discord can tell you I normally, respond when I can. And you can always tag me in something and be like, hey, what's your opinion on this? And usually I'll try to give it to you if I think that I'm informed enough to have an opinion on it. But thank you guys once again. Thank you for all the questions. I look forward to the 5K hot takes video, which will probably be recorded live on stream as well. A very, very, very special thank you to my channel members, Spirit Upgrades and Nuclear Bomb, for their additional support. If you want to find out how to be a channel member, click the join button down below. And don't forget about our limited Halloween sale that is going on right now. Other than that, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.